Hello. So this is going to be a really quick tutorial. This one's only going to show how to put a piece of clothing that you've already made onto the mesh of a character or an avatar that you've got. Something like a shirt or a watch or a band or something like that. And this is going to be a really, really quick way of getting it rigged properly to the model. So as an example of what we mean from that, we've got this character here. This is me, posed in the typical YouTuber pose. So what I mean by data transfer and getting it rigged properly is simply that this shirt here is a separate object but can still be affected by movements on the rig. And it's a very quick way of doing this while keeping it attached to the original mesh. So just to show the example of what we're going to be doing exactly. We've got Cade here. His mesh and his rig are entirely separate of the shirt. We can go over into pose mode. We can move Cade about. He's fully rigged. He is ready. That's important. Your avatar needs to be done. The shirt, however, obviously does not move with this. What we want to do is we want to move the information of the rig over to the shirt. Now, where is information of the rig stored? It's stored in vertex groups, which is these bits up here. This is located in your object data tab. And what we want to do is we want to grab all of these and copy them over to here as accurately as we can. Now, we're going to be using what's called a data transfer to do this. Now, essentially what a data transfer will do is it'll look at the mesh and it'll look at each of these vertexes here. And it'll go, oh, so this one has a weight. Let's grab out our menu. This one has these weights. If you look at the vertex groups here, it has these weights. And this one's here. And then it'll look at the shirt and go, oh, there's a vertex here as well. Perhaps when I transfer the data over, I want it to be similar to the vertex weight that's here. And it'll basically copy and paste over the vertex weight. I know that sounds like a difficult thing. Basically just means wherever this arm moves, that part of the shirt will also move with it. That's simply it. Now, there is one thing we have to be aware of. These bits here, these floof bits that you might have on your own model that you might not want coming through the clothing, you will either have to remove them or add a shape key that hides them. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so as you can tell from the name of the tutorial, we're going to use a thing called transfer mesh data. To do this, first, in object mode, select the shirt or the object that you want to attach to the model. Then select the base model in its neutral position. If this is posed or coming outside of the model, this won't work. It needs to be a neutral position. After that, once you've got the shirt, hold shift, then select the main body. You should see it looking like that in the menu up there. We then want to go to Object, Relations, and Transfer Mesh Data. Another way of getting here is by pressing spacebar and just simply typing in Transfer. Transfer Mesh Data is there. We click on that, we get another menu pop up. We just want the vertex groups. We're not bothered about the rest of it, just the vertex groups. So we click onto that there. It'll then bring up this little menu here. You don't need to touch anything into it. The only things that we're bothered about is the source layer selection and the destination layers. We don't just want the active layer. This will only move through the currently active vertex group that you've got activated in your vertex groups. We actually want to transfer every single one of them. So we hit all layers. It'll take a second, but it'll do it. Then we just need to check that's done by name and that it's replacing. At this point, there's none there, so it will just do this anyways. So we can click off this menu now, and we just want to click onto the shirt. Look at that. They're all there. So that's now transferred the data from the base bit here to here, which is all well and good, but right now, if we try and move it, oh no, it's not doing any of it. And that's simply because the shirt isn't parented to the rig yet. Now, if we go to object mode, we just want to select onto the shirt, then select onto the rig. We then want to hit Control and P. This will bring up the parenting menu, and normally you go for automatic weights. However, this time we've already got the weights there, so we want to go for empty groups. Now, if I go to pose mode, the shirt will move. Pretty much in line with the actual base mesh. And that's pretty much it. There is a couple of more things that we do need to do first before we say this is all well and good though. So one thing we do want to do is we need to check the weight painting, because while it's transferred the mesh data, it often does it in quite a dirty fashion. So what we want to do, I'm going to switch this over to material view so it's easier to see. Select onto the rig, then select onto the mesh that we want to look at in weight painting mode. So then we're in weight painting mode now. I've done that so I can select between the bones in here, and we can see it's not entirely clean. Now this isn't too bad, but you can often get times where there's these sharp little inclinations here that shouldn't really be, like there's one there. These bits shouldn't be here, and they just make the weight painting look a little bit rough. What I'd recommend from this is, obviously this isn't a weight painting tutorial, but if you grab the blur brush and you make this pretty big and you just go over it all just to smoothen out any bits like this bit. Where was it? There it is. We just smooth these bits out. That'll generally just get you a lot of a nice blend of the clothing. But other than that, that is pretty much it. So there you go. If we go back to texture mode now, I've just cleaned that up in the weight painting. Now, if we, yeah, we'll shrink his head down. There we go. Perfect. And now if we rotate the rest of the body, rotate the arms. See, you will still, it's not entirely perfect. What I generally recommend is you have like bits underneath the body that actually shrink the body inwards if you want to remain it as a toggle in VR chat or such, just to simply avoid any clipping issues like this. But you can also attempt to use weight painting to get around them. But again, not a weight painting tutorial. This is just to show how quick and easy data transfer is. Data transfer is your friend. Use it when you can. Small head Cade will appreciate it. Look at him. He agrees. But yeah, thank you for watching this tutorial. If you have any questions about it in particular, do let me know. Oh, one more thing. Anything like long coats or anything that generally needs a bit more to it than simply skin-tight stuff like t-shirts, slim pants, watches, bands, that kind of thing, they can be okay, but there are certain coats and such which they won't work very well with this method. You can use this method alongside the automatic weight painting and obviously manually weight painting. This is just a way to really get quick clothes down. It really helps the workflow. But yeah, with that said, we'll leave it there. And any questions, let me know down in the comments below if it helps. Like the video. And generally, we're all good. And he's got a shirt now. He's very excited. Bye.